In the next 60 minutes or so, you're going to learn that the opportunity to create a substantial and sustainable affiliate marketing business is available to you, and it's much simpler than you think. Let's get down to business. All right? This is what we're going to be talking about. Based on your survey results, we're going to talk about these things: how to properly identify and connect with a niche, creating angles, how to set up email campaigns. All right, so these are the subjects you want to learn about. If there's something I didn't mention, again, Q&A, we'll do it. So how to properly identify and connect with a niche. I'm really glad this was the #1 interest you guys had, because it is the absolute most important part of any sustainable affiliate business, period. You need to be able to effectively penetrate an audience and understand on a very core level their wants, needs, desires, and fears. You need to be able to speak their language. Within every core group of people that are interested in something, within a niche, if you will, there's always going to be people that have their own lingo, their own abbreviations, the own way they talk about things. You need to know how they speak in order to, bring yourself into that audience and draw them in. You need to be genuine here. Yes, Denny, it is being recorded. You need to be able to empathize with them and genuinely want to help them. Okay, that's very important. So why is this important, and why do you need to do this? Okay, at its core, CPA marketing, affiliate marketing, is all about relationships. It's all about trust, rapport, and authority. It goes beyond, here's a link, click it. It goes beyond, a thin review site where you put up a YouTube video and say, I love this product, buy it. It goes beyond mere traffic arbitrage. You're not just simply herding, a group of visitors from one point to the other point. That's not the way successful affiliate marketing works. Affiliate marketing is all about adding value to the funnel, to the system, okay? What good would we be if all we did was, take it from A to B without adding value? You need to add value to the funnel. You need to make it seem to your audience that the solution you want to sell them is a perfect fit for them, okay? It's about bridging a prospect's needs, wants, fears, and end goals into harmony with the vendor. You do this most effectively when you bring your prospect's most private thoughts public, okay? When you do that in the form of emotionally captivating creatives, landers, email series, you make a ton of sales. And ideally, you're going to be implementing this in a story-based fashion, especially the emails. Okay? An affiliate marketer is a matchmaker. This is what you need to think about. This is the thought shift that's necessary. Okay? You're playing Cupid between merchant and customer. You're finding the common ground where the two parties can be brought together in profitable harmony. And you can't do this without fully understanding your audience. That's why attempting to market on a broad level is a recipe for disaster, an absolute, destined to fail type of situation. Okay? How can you ever market on a personal and emotional level if you go as broad as weight loss? And I see this all the time. Affiliates just trying to promote weight loss. And they'll message me on Skype, oh, what do you think about this campaign? I want to promote weight loss. I want to promote weight loss offers. And, I'll ask them, who are you promoting this to? And, they act like I'm dumb, and they say, people who want to lose weight. So, I tell them good luck and report back with what happens. And 9 times out of 10, they tell me they lose money. And you know why? If you're targeting broad, the best you can do when attempting to speak to someone is just shout out the same broad level objective benefits that 99% of the other affiliate marketers are yapping about. You can't get specific. You can't get emotional. And what do people want? They want specific answers, and they're moved by emotion. Why can't you do that? Because there's tons of people mashed into that lose weight crowd, all with different motivations, goals, fears, courses of action they want to take to lose the weight, and they are humans. You need to remember that. This is a human level, operation. People think, since it's not my product and I'm just getting paid to promote it, all I have to do is put a link out there, and it's like just this anonymous thing. That is so far from the case. Affiliate marketers are people dealers. You need to know how to build a relationship. You need to massage them into buying. It's just not here's a link, click it. You really need to really internalize the fact that your traffic are human beings, and stop treating them as just anonymous numbers in your Prosper 202 stats. Okay? And what do these humans want more than anything? They want someone who knows what they are going through, can speak directly to them and say, I understand your unique problem and can offer you advice and a path towards your goals. But what does every affiliate marketer wind up doing? Use the same tired old message that this product helps you lose weight, ellipsis, fast. Oh, great. That's a hell of a message to send to people. They may think that by going wide, they're casting out a net that will reach and connect with as many people as possible. Reality is it actually makes your message less powerful. You're never going to resonate and connect with people who are right in front of you and want a guide and solution. It's just the stupidest thing you can do. Because here's the reality. There's a difference between a 45-year-old man who needs to lose weight to keep heart healthy, a 29-year-old woman who needs to fit into a wedding dress by next month, a new mother who wants to shed, like the 15 pounds she just gained from having a baby, and a 19-year-old girl that wants to look good in a bikini. Attempting to reach these people on emotional levels, which is what gets people to act, by yelling out the same tired old line is in no way specific. That's in no way specific to them is a recipe for failure. Plain and simple. What happens in affiliate marketing is everyone takes the first idea, and usually what it is a rehashed bullet point from a product sales letter and just runs with it like they are, the genius, the person who has come up with this for the first time. Guess what? There's 1,000 people that's already talking about the same thing. Oh man, in the next 60 minutes or so, you're going to learn that the opportunity to create a substantial and sustainable affiliate marketing business is available to you, and it's much simpler than you think. Let's get down to business. All right? This is what we're going to be talking about. Based on your survey results, we're going to talk about these things: how to properly identify and connect with a niche, creating angles, how to set up email campaigns. All right, so these are the subjects you wanted to learn about. If there's something I didn't mention, again, Q&A, we'll do it. So how to properly identify and connect with a niche. I'm really glad what that causes with everybody running with this same idea is a bottleneck. It's a sea of faithless affiliate drones all screaming the same message to people who are dying for specific answers to specific problems. Okay? The world is not made up of uniform, homogeneous groups that all think and feel the same way. Not at all. They are broken up into many different groups with precise interests, problems, ideas, wants, needs, and fears. So if you want to be a successful affiliate marketer, you need to realize that immediately. You need to alienate. You need to pick a specific group with a specific problem and offer a specific solution. By alienating, you are resonating and connecting. Okay? The world is specific. You're going to be doing no good to yourself or to others by trying to offer a one-size-fits-all solution. That doesn't work. What you need to do is find a group of people and ignore everybody else. That's what you have to do, period. It all starts there. You will never be able to run a successful affiliate business without first identifying an audience and truly understanding what makes them tick. And again, to emphasize that, I will end it with period, in bold, all caps, so you know it's serious, all right? So how do you do that? How does that happen? Use the cough. I'm an asthmatic with horrible allergies today. So I wish I could just send you to some website or resource that has all this stuff pre-figured out for you. Even better, this could have been a webinar where I sold you a one-click button solution that would figure this out for you. That probably would have made me a millionaire. But you know what? That doesn't exist. You know that there's no resource like that exists. But what we can do is use some logic and common sense to take us on the right path so that we can limit our chances of focusing on the wrong crowd or the wrong market. Okay? The first thing you want to remember are these 4 questions, and I hope you guys did not take lightly because this is really important. Is the person experiencing pain, urgency, or irrational passion? So is there a strong emotion to seek out a solution? Is there an audience proactively searching for solutions and already spending money to satisfy this desire, want, or need? From the prospect's perspective, do they have few or no perceived options? And is it a long-term relationship? Meaning, does it make sense to capture their emails and build a relationship and continue to talk to them? Okay? You want to answer yes to all these questions. That's the type of audience that you want to go after. Why? Because they're desperate, they're in need of help, they want guidance, they're willing to listen, and there is enough of a journey in place where you can step in and market to them through email by providing value in a roadblock solution type format. This is what you want. You always, if I were you, I'd print this out, paste it to your wall and put a check mark next to it when you're going through a niche. This is where you start. Okay, this is not easy work. I was never going to pretend it's easy work. You're playing the role of a detective here, basically. What you want to do is you want to go to these sites and you want to start to find, topics and categories that you can dig deeper into to find an audience that has a need. All right, and these sort of sites are great places to start to, find categories, find topics of discussion and things like that that you can move further into. Okay, being a successful affiliate marketer is not simply, saying, I want to promote make money online. I want to promote weight loss. I want to promote health and beauty. You need to, really niche it in and mold it in a bit deeper. The only way to dig deeper is to get your hands dirty and do some detective work. And I wish there was an easier way, but there really is no easier way. And, keyword type tools, those things won't do anything for you, because at the end of the day, it's people that are talking. It's people that are doing things. It's people that are feeling things. And the only way you can find that is to go where the people are. And this is a great place to start to understand the categories and things like that, to move further in and go deeper into what you want to find. All right? These are some other places you can go for some discovery and validation of these niches. Okay? What you want to do is just look through these. See what people are talking about. See what makes them emotional. What I like doing on Amazon is looking at the best sellers and only looking. You can head over to eBay, Amazon, eZine articles to find, niches and topics to further your, audience finding adventure, if you will. What I like to do is look at a subject that I'm interested in, go to Amazon, and only look at 1-star and 5-star reviews of the books of that topic. Reason why is because 1-star and 5-star are where people are talking emotions. People are talking, you're either angry enough to bash the book, or you're either happy enough, to talk good about the book. So we're looking for extremes. That's exactly what you want to look for. So you want to just pour through these things and, look for subjects and topics that you feel you can dig further into that are need-based. Okay? Another thing to do is use the wildcard operator, which is, using the quotes, how to lose star fat. Okay? The star is the wild card. That places any word, in that phrase. So if you look through the search engine results, you see things like how to lose leg fat, how to lose armpit fat, how to lose face fat. I didn't even know people wanted to lose armpit fat. Those are all niches that are very specific and have a very specific audience and a very specific, goal and emotional pull that you can go into. So if, doing all that detective work is not, working for you, I think the best way is to go in and do a wildcard type search. Okay? So just think of the search intent behind those searches. What's going through their minds? What pain are they feeling? If you meet them in that conversation and empathize with them and offer a solution, you're going to make a lot of sales. I can guarantee that. Okay? To make this type of search work for you, you need to think a bit laterally. You got to try and unhinge your mind from the standard seed keyword mentality. Like plugging keywords like lose weight or weight loss into your favorite keyword tool. Instead, try to do something like how to become, how to reduce, how to improve. Get creative with them. All right? I did a really simple query, just making an adjustment to this, and it was how to become a better wildcard. And it yields things like this: how to become a better leader, how to become a better guitar player, how to become a better communicator, how to become a better writer, how to become a better investor, how to become a better cook. From all those things, I have yielded a bunch of need-based audiences and niches that either one, if it's niched down enough, I can just go after them, or two, investigate that further and see where I can dig in even deeper to find an audience in a subsection that I can speak to directly. Okay? Those are, really specific problems and audiences that you can dig deeper into and find out who you want to talk to. That's exactly what you're looking for. All right? So if you're stuck for ideas, the wildcard tool isn't working for you, Alexa, eBay, and all that stuff isn't working for you, the last thing you should do is go out and buy a tool. That's ridiculous. What you want to do is you want to go where the people are. A tool is not going to buy from you. It's just a statistic. There's nothing you can get from that. People will buy from you. People will respond to you. People will tell you what they want. So a good place to start is bigboards.com, boardtracker.com, boardreader.com. There's thousands of markets right there, okay? But it's absolutely crucial you don't skim these forums. What you need to do is dig deeper and discover the sublayers in those forums. That's where the absolute gold is. You want to look for discussions that are heated, and that draw huge crowds and tons of responses. And usually those are the topics that get people all emotional, okay? And that's where you want to start your investigation and start your focusing, okay? Don't attempt to do this in an hour. You're going to come out empty-handed and disappointed. Like I said, this takes work. Do this when you have plenty of time to dedicate. I'd say dedicate 2 days, 3 or 4 hours a day to it, and take notes. And I'm very serious about this. You got to be a Columbo when you're doing something like this. This is real, investigative work. Okay? Once you've found out about a topic that you like and you can learn and you want to deal with and you can write about it, the next thing you got to do is go to Google and dig up every single site, forum, and blog about that topic and just learn everything you can and soak up that knowledge. If there's magazines on the topic, pick up those magazines and read it. Study it. Look for articles on the topic. Advertisers. Whoever's advertising it, what are they advertising? Dig up the demographics of its readers. Usually if you go online, you can find the demographics in a press kit. Okay? This is your audience, and this research is the only way you'll ever be able to connect with them and market to them for the long term. Okay? You need to really, really be able to resonate with these people and understand what makes them tick. Okay? Eventually, you're going to find your audience using what I just laid out for you. All right? It takes legwork, it takes some time, and it takes some, I guess, analytical or critical thinking. It's not brain dead work. You're going to need to put some effort for it. Okay? The next thing you need to do is create an angle for your audience, because that is your point of entry. It's your crack in the door to slip in and get your audience interested in what you have to say. Successful affiliate marketing is all about creating angles.